All right, so are we live? We are officially live. Welcome, people, to my stream. Oh my goodness, it's been a long time coming. I've been wanting to stream this. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time. And unfortunately, I'm kind of sick right now. I'm having a little runny nose. I don't know, maybe I'll blow my nose here and there midstream. My goodness. Ugh, that's disgusting. Like right now. And I hope none of y'all are eating right now. That would be horrible. So, today we are going to answer the long, hold on, let me check my monitor. Okay. We are going to answer the question. I'm going to have to text you. Why do us humans like to be free? Let's make it bigger. Oops, not the shoot. We like to be free. Okay, so let's take the French Revolution, for example. Actually, no, let's give an introduction to this. Or not an introduction, more like a foreground. Not a foreground. Let's just give an introduction to this topic. When I was walking around in a mall, for example, I was thinking of what streams to do, or kind of just generating ideas for streams, and then like the thought just popped up in my mind. You know, why do us humans like to be free? And it was weird, right? Because I was thinking about what streams to do, but then it clicked. I could just stream figuring this one out. I could just stream myself figuring this problem. Not problem, more like this question. Right? And it'll be wonderful. It'll be cool because you can join in. I should probably share the link to you right now. As a read only. Invite people to... I can actually start the session right now. I'll copy the link and I'll give it to you right here. Let's just... Okay, now, why do we humans like to be free? Right? If you think about it, right? For example, you want to move out of your parents' house. Why? Why do you want to move out of your parents' house? Your parents make you comfortable. They make you comfortable. They provide you with food, comfort, set of clothes to wear, something to do, enjoyment, right? But with all of that, you're still not content with it? That's what we're trying to answer. Even with all of that, why are we still not content with it? I'm reflecting with my situation because even though I'm grateful, of course. I'm grateful to have a family, of course, like anyone should be. I'm grateful to be able to do what I do right now. And I'm genuinely grateful that my family still loves me and takes care of me despite my asshole behavior. Despite me... Well, I mean, I'm not an asshole, but despite me making mistakes, you know, making mistakes. That's it. I like to make mistakes. Everybody does make mistakes, but I have a feeling that I make a lot more mistakes than the average human being. I just have a feeling. Anyway. I should probably turn this to dark because I don't. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. How do I? No. Wait. How do I? I don't wanna. Let me change the color. Yeah, that's cool. Is it here? No. What the frick? Okay, whatever. Why do we humans like to be free? Let's take the French Revolution and a lot of other revolutions in human history as an example. Let's take a picture. French Revolution. Look at that. This is the Bastille. Called the Bastille, right? Take a picture from Wikipedia. All right. Boom. The Bastille painting. It's so low quality. Oh, maybe I should find a better quality. Hold on. Open image in new tab. It's so horrid. Hold on. This one maybe? Open image in new tab. If it's a big picture, okay, whatever. Why do we humans like to be free? Using French Revolution as an example. It's a study case. Yeah, that's what you call it. The French Revolution as a study case. Study case number 1. Yeah, that's it. Not that one. Study case number 1. No, not number 1. Hashtag. The French Revolution. So if we go by this approach, right? The French Revolution. What happened in the French Revolution? From my knowledge, the French Revolution was because the people of France at the time, they weren't content with the living conditions at the time. They weren't content with the wages, the economic condition. They weren't getting prosperity. And to make it worse, the rich people, the barons or whatever you call it at the time, the royalty, people from the royalty, the king and queen, the princes and princesses, the princesses and the princes, they were all living the life. They were all enjoying life. They were drowning in their lavish lifestyles, right? So we can conclude that the reason why we humans that doesn't answer the question. I forgot. But sorry, maybe we should set we should definitely set a goal for this conversation. Hold on. We should definitely set a goal. How do we is it lock? Right, there you go. Okay. Set a goal to figure out. Let's figure out goals. 1. Figure out what makes us want to be free, specifically living conditions. I'm sorry if my typing is really loud because it's just me. Imagine me getting one of those famous red keycaps, not red keycaps, those red cardboard keyboard thingies or whatever. I'm not into tech. Oh man, that'd be loud. Anyway, figure out what makes us want to be free in the first place, like living conditions and other factors. And then the second one should probably be why, and then like the final answer, not the final answer, the final question, why do we like to be free? Right? We need to figure out what makes us want to be free, and then that will lead to why do we like to be free? What factors lead to us being free? Maybe, wait, hold on. I don't think this is right. Hold on. Maybe, hold on. Figure out what makes us want to be free. This should be it, yes. Figure out what makes us want to be free. Figure out why we want to be free. That's kind of figure out what makes us want to be free. Oh, no. Figure out the factors that makes us, figuring out factors. Why do us humans like to be free? It's kind of vague. I meant in like a psychological sense. Figure out what what factors lead us to feel the sense of not exhaustion, deprivation of freedom. And then two, oops. Oh, of course it froze. Okay, never mind. Figure out from a psychological perspective. Oh, okay, I typed that wrong. I knew it. On why we like to be free. Okay. So let's just focus on this for now and have the French Revolution as a study case. Now, what caused the French Revolution? As I've said before, the French Revolution was caused by a deprivation of freedom. Right? The citizens of France at the time weren't content with their living conditions. Let me type that one out, actually. Causes of the revolution itself. Oh, let me see if that. Okay, it didn't do anything. Okay, we're good. Oh, I should probably put a disclaimer somewhere, like a big disclaimer. Can't I like have a yellow one somewhere? No, I don't know. What? I can't even have a color wheel or some sort. Come on. Find. I am not an expert. I am not an expert. I am a 19-year-old just trying to figure it out just for sake of it, because I kind of like doing this stuff. So if I get anything wrong, if I get anything wrong, just know I am not an expert at this, and I just like tackling problems. Okay? Wait. I should make it small. Okay. I just weren't content with how they lived. A feeling of unfairness because of the royalty situation. Those from the upper class. And 3, what else is there? Citizens weren't content with how they lived. Feelings of unfairness with those from the upper class. I think living conditions, okay, economic instability. I'm pretty sure. Instability. All right, great. Now, let's take another study case. Let's take another. Wait, hold on. Okay, so from this enough. From this, we can infer. We can take out a bunch, not facts, but we can infer that. Oh wait, I should make a line. Can I? Yes, let's go. I can. Oh my god, I love this. I love this so much. Here. From that alone, we can infer. Wait, what's. Is this right? Inference, yeah, inference. The logical conclusion, educated guess, yes. Okay. We can infer that one. Although maybe I need to make this bigger. L, M. We can infer that one. The reason as to why we can infer that deprivation of freedom is caused by unsatisfaction from unsatisfaction. Is it insatisfaction? Insatisfaction from the how do I is it unsatisfied dissatisfaction. Oh my god, my bad. Dissatisfaction. Wait, is it double S? I don't know. Okay, it is double S. Oops. Dissatisfaction from the other party. Dissatisfaction of current situations. No, not freedom, but the cause of the revolution is because they weren't content lived. The conditions. Not with how they lived, but hence with their living conditions. Deprivation of freedom. Wait, no, the revolution isn't freedom, right? It was just breaking out from order. Was it? It's really freedom? I'm just. It was more like seeking change rather than actually trying to be free. Whatever. I'm 19. I don't need this. Okay, so deprivation of freedom is caused by dissatisfaction of the current situation. 2. Feeling of unfairness can have a role. So psychological, no. We can infer that deprivation of freedom is caused by dissatisfaction of the current situation. Deprivation of freedom is caused by dissatisfaction of the current situation. Not deprivation of freedom. Not deprivation of freedom. It's more like the need to be free. The need to be free is caused by dissatisfaction of the current. So this deprivation of freedom, or like the sense of needing freedom. Need to be free is caused by dissatisfaction of the current situation. I think that's it. That sums it up. That sums it up. Economic instability is too specific, though it is common across. Not common. Is it common? If we take a lot of the monarchy revolutions, monarchy, I don't know. If we take most of the world's famous revolutions, the Russian Revolution, the American Revolution, the French Revolution, the the French Revolution, most of these causes of the revolution itself, is gonna appear. They are gonna appear. Citizens weren't content with how their living conditions, feelings of unfairness with those from the upper class, and economic instability. So we can infer that most revolutions, this is actually valid for most revolutions in human history. Yeah, whatever. The need to be free is caused by the current situation. What else can we infer? What other causes of the revolution, though? This is all from my head, but I'm gonna. By the way, I'm not allowed to watch YouTube videos. I'm not allowed to watch YouTube videos. I don't think I can use. I don't want to limit myself to using just using like papers and journals or whatnot. But like, it'll be cool if I do, if I reference from people. So I'm gonna do it anyway. Google Scholar. Let me do a deep dive of the French Revolution. French Revolution, social interpretation, French Revolution history reflection, French origins, the coming, causes. Intellectual history and the causes of the French Revolution. Geez, my laptop is like burning. I don't know if you can hear me. Hold on, look at this. Hold on. From here. That's annoyingly loud. Anyway. Journal. Okay, get access. If we can get access to this. Oh, come on. I don't know. From the outbreak of the French Revolution in 1789, historians, politicians, and even the interested public believed radical ideas to be at the bottom of this upheaval. Oh yeah, radical ideas as well. Upstaged by social explanations, particularly in the first two-thirds of the 20th century, intellectual accounts have gained prominence as recent scholarship has reiterated that ideas mattered. But what ideas? This essay focused on those ideas that became evident and around the outbreak of the revolution in 1788 to 89. From this period, a new wave of scholarship emphasized not the idea of equality, but rather historic rights and patriotism. These accounts and enlightenment. The American Revolution. The cause of the revolution itself, because the American Revolution. So okay, but this doesn't really help with why us humans like to be free. But whatever. The American Revolution, if you guys don't know, the American Revolution had a lot of impact onto a lot of other revolutions in the future, because I think, was it America? America was the first country to achieve independence from colonies. America was the first one to achieve independence from other colonies, and because of that, the French was like, yo, this is French, yo. I don't think French people say yo, but whatever. Dog, look at America right over there. I know, right? I don't want to do this. They were like, yo, guys, the Americans achieved independence. What if we overthrow the government? You know how cool that would be? That would be French. And so they did. They did overthrow the government. That's the French Revolution, right? But I don't think this helps with our question. We need to go a deep dive. Maybe there's other things that I missed. So, Enlightenment notions of natural law provided the essential justification for radicalizing the revolution as the decade proceeded. Beyond patriotism and rights, this essay also examines other competing discourses, especially those that challenge the church. Did Rasputin had a role in it? Rasputin definitely had a role in this. I forgot what it was. Rasputin. What did Rasputin do? Okay, I said I'm not allowed to use... Whatever. Like the specific... I can't get access to this at all. The origins, causes, and the extension of the Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars, the first of the major modern wars, have been the subject of considerable debate among historians. Accurately to determine the long and short-range causes of the wars of the French Revolution and Napoleon is especially difficult. The enlarged manpower base coincided with the early Industrial Revolution, which had greatly increased the output of iron and entered the first stages of mass production, capable of supplying, albeit with some difficulties, arms and equipment for much expanded military establishments. The conjunction of objective factors such as the great rise in population and in an increasing agriculture and industrial production contributed to making the wars of the French Revolution and Napoleon more intense and prolonged. Wars were limited because of the causes of princes combined with the relatively undeveloped potential for intense mass warfare, including a restricted agriculture, financial, industrial, and manpower base. Okay, well that's industrial. Causes of this we need this. Causes of revolution. Boom. From a paper in 1944. Come on. No, what do you mean log in? I don't want to log in. Come on. Historical causes is here defined as those. Oh wait, look at this. An attempt is made to apply that definition to the analysis of the causes of revolution, which it is. Demand for change, which is derived from provocations, solidified public opinion, hopefulness of success, which comes from programs of reform and leadership, the weaknesses of the conservative groups, which may be caused by disputes among themselves, disaffection in the army, international complications, and domestic crisis. Okay, so we can definitely, yeah, okay. I think from the revolution itself, I think it's enough. The need to be free is caused by dissatisfaction of the current situation, valid for most revolutions. But is there other factors? I don't wanna indirectly, like, I don't wanna directly answer this, like, why do we humans like to be free? No, I don't want that. I wanna like do a deep dive, indirectly searching for the answer to the question, because it's funner that way. Because it's more fun that way. What else? The French Revolution, the American, what other study cases can I use? I just realized this is like Elephant in the Room. Elephants in Rooms? The YouTube channel. I love that guy. Elephants in Rooms. I like this guy so much. Elephants in Rooms by Ken LaCourt. Oh my god. I love that. This is kind of the inspiration, but I never really realized it until now. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. I need to think again. Hold on. That's why I need y'all to help me. There's no one watching this. That's kind of sad, but whatever, right? 30 minutes already. That's genuinely crazy. We can infer that the need to be free is caused by the dissatisfaction of the current situation, valid for most revolutions. We can infer that from the French Revolution, freedom is due to the weakness of the other power. Weakened or unstable state of the higher power. Okay. Which means that we can also infer from that is that the reason why we need to be free, what factors lead us to feel the sense of needing free. No, that's not it. That's not it at all. We can infer that the need to be free caused by deciding the current situation. Oh wait, no. Wait, what am I answering? Let's figure out number one first. Let's figure out number one. We can infer state of the higher powers. Okay, but this doesn't help with number one, I think. But figure out what factors lead us to feel the sense of needing freedom. factors of the sense. Again, I think the main reason is, again, the need to be free is caused is the need to be free caused by dissatisfaction with the current situation. Other factors, unfairness. Okay, but that's kind of unfairness. Again, unfairness from the higher power is another factor. As to why we like to be free. And then okay, hold on. I'm making a connection here. Conflict. A very, very vague concept, a very, very vague idea, but I think it might be helpful. The need to be free, probably most of the time, when you need to be free, you need to sacrifice something, and that object of and that thing that needs to be sacrificed is usually, most of the time, peace and harmony. Meaning, I don't know. It could be. I'm just gonna write it down just in case. Okay. I'm just gonna make another line here. Is this line good enough? Itself. Conflict. Let's make a big text. Conflict. Very vague. Bear with me here. Okay. Oh, maybe I shouldn't. Hold on. Maybe I should just like. Okay. Conflict. Conflict usually sacrifices peace and harmony. To achieve freedom, conflict needs to appear. Not to appear. To achieve freedom, conflict needs to arise. And the reason conflict rises is... Okay, what I've learned from my sociology class back in like high school, the reason why the reason why humans participate in morally conflicting activities morally conflicting activities is because they are they are not content with the current situation. They aren't content with. Let me try to. They aren't content with the current living situation. Conflict arises is the dissatisfaction of current situation, which causes the revolution. I'm getting nowhere. I'm kind of going in circles, but I like to do this, so it's fine. Again, conflict. Oh wait. Well, whatever. Whatever. I just realized that the French Revolution is the conflict itself, so I'm basically just copying the idea. But I think another reason for conflict that isn't here is, again, it's the dissatisfaction of the current living conditions that they were presented to be in, and it's also because the French Revolution? No. It's also because, oh wait, no. And because of that, they need to sacrifice harmony to be able to. But what people don't realize is that sacrificing of peace and harmony is kind of freedom in itself. So, if we go here again, how do I make this conflict? And that means but the need for but the, they can't sustain themselves in the current economic conditions. Which leads to crime. Okay. It's because they can't sustain themselves in the current economic conditions, which lead to crime. And what is crime if not expressing the freedom in a bad way, in a morally conflicting way? Because that's what conflict is. So, again, the need to be free is caused by dissatisfaction in the current situation, valid from most revolutions. Unfairness from the higher power is another factor as to why we like to be free. Let's take another situation. I don't know if I'll be able to make this. Let's say arguing with parents. Oh, pregnant wife, what the hell? Parents, stock image. Like a very obvious stock image. Not parents arguing. Kids arguing with teens arguing with parents. Teens arguing with parents, stock image. Where's a very obvious Getty image of just because it's funny. Copy image. All right. Let's take another situation. Case study case 2. Fighting with your parents. Now, as a teenager myself, I've never really fought with my parents before because my ideal life is to be free from any sort of conflict, which is impossible. Conflict is needed to achieve harmony in the long run, which is, whatever, right? But if I have to ask myself, why do, because my big sister, right? My big sister would like not be afraid. My big sister wouldn't be afraid to just scream at my parents if the situation, not the situation, if she wants to. Like if she wanted to, and if she's mad, she would. She just straight up would, without hesitation, and it's kind of scary in a way. And from her, again, it's because let's Google this. There's gotta be a paper on this. Why do teens argue with their parents? Let's Google this once I figure out with my brain. 1. Teens aren't getting what they want. 2. Three. I think that's it. Causes of most teens arguing with parents. Teens aren't getting what they want. They do not like being ordered around. Let's Google this. I'm hungry. Damn it. Why do teens argue with their parents? Gaps, conflict, arguments between adolescent and their parents. Learning to argue with parents and peers, thousands parents are dealing with conflict. Research gauges good. Let's try this one. Online library really good. Camera good, camera is good. Mic is good, mic is good. Parent-adolescent conflict appears to be similar across different immigrant generations and cultural groups in frequency and implications or adjustment. However, the same level of argumentation may mask hidden conflictual feelings that are not expressed. Why an acculturation gap leads to such conflictual feelings in some adolescents and not others is still not well understood. Addressing this and other important issues of parent-adolescent difference by clearly separating acculturation gaps, conflictual feelings, and actual arguments would go a long way toward helping us to understand the role of family relationship in the adaptation and adjustment for adolescents for Asian and non. Oh wait, Asian and non. Okay, I don't think, but nah, they're all probably the same. Kids, right? Kids are kids, Are you kidding me? Freaking pay every single time. Research Gate, help me out here. I'm gonna go pee real quick. Stupid. Shit. That took way too long. What was it? What is this? Hold on. Wait, is this from the Willy thingy or is this it? Wait, did it work or something? Oh, it did work. So this was that. Okay. Willy. Let's look here. 1989. 17 pages. HS is indicated for a significant proportion of American adolescents to transition from childhood to adulthood includes minor but persistent conflict with parents. Yep, Selma 1980 supports what I say. Do not being like ordered around, wants to lead their life. It's Salmon or Selma? I was Salmon. Similar units and smaller suggest that during adolescence, children seek and parents grant greater independence from parental authority. Found that adolescents were more likely to judge hypothetical family transgressions as independent of parental authority and to reason personal issues. Okay, I'm not like a native here. I'm not a native English speaker. I'm an ESL. So what? What are transgressions? It's an act that goes against a rule, law, or code of conduct. Oh, adolescents were more likely to judge hypothetical family as independent of parental authority and to reason about them as personal issues than were parents, whereas parents were more likely to judge the same as contingent on their authority than they were adolescents. Contingent. I'm hungry. God, this is bad. Something is independent on certain conditions or circumstances or development actions to take effect. Oh, dependent on. Okay. So, found adolescence. Oh, okay. Parents study address these. Finally, some investigations have found that adolescent parent conflict peaked and then subsides in early adolescence. I remember 1981 and hell, whereas others have found that conflict continues on in mid-late. Okay, whatever. I don't care about that. Few studies show their conflict with adolescents, however, to be determined whether conflict in early adolescence differs qualitatively from conflict in childhood, nor has conflict typically been assessed across the board throughout the age range. And the present study children range in age from pre-adolescence to late adolescence, so that differences in interpretations of conflict could be observed. It was hypothesized that adolescent parents method blah 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 child development blah 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 blah. Results. Subject to generate a total of 1346. Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness, discussion. The results of the study are consistent with other studies indicating that adolescent parent conflicts occur mostly over the everyday, mundane details of family life, doing chores, getting along with others, regulating activities, and interpersonal relationships. Appearances and doing homework conflict typically occurred over parental expectations. You know what I just realized? Hold on, guys. Hey, no, you need to mic. You know what I just realized? Y'all probably found this really, 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 really boring. Who likes looking at papers or something just to answer why do we like to be free? But whatever, I'm already too committed to this. Let's just get this over with. With few exceptions, children and parents' possession of the parent adolescents were more like to see a conflict as occurring over parental regulation of interpersonal relations over parents. A previous study, high school students reported that their parents perceived them as messy, lazy, and disobedient. Okay. So I think I'm not gonna look at papers anymore because I realized that looking at papers is just gonna be extremely damn boring on stream. So like, it's cool and all, but I think this well, it's a learning curve, I guess. I don't know. Causes of most teens arguing with parents. Teens aren't getting what they want. They do not like being ordered around. Wants to lead their own life. I'm just gonna use my own brain this time. No looking at papers, you know. Okay, so we can figure out what factors lead us to feel the sense of needing freedom. So one, we aren't getting what they want because the satisfaction of current situations, and one, we just don't like being ordered around. Right? I mean, like, ask yourself, do you like being ordered around? I don't think you like being ordered around, right? So that leads to conflict, and that probably answers number one. Where's the drawing? Is this drawing? I need to be green. I need to be green. Green. No, green. Why is it red? Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, number. Oh, is this like a pointer? Oh, it is like a laser pointer. Okay, so I'm just like, oh, that makes it way better. Okay. Oh, okay. I don't. Hold on. Let's draw and then green. Okay, number one's done. Number two, figure out from a psychological perspective why we like to be free. I think number two is kind of self-explanatory because we just, as humans, we just don't like to be ordered around. But what I'm trying to get the answer out of is why do we like to be free in the first place, right? We don't like you to be ordered around, but why don't we like to be ordered around in the first place? Why do we not like to be... Hey, what are you doing? What is it? Why do we like to be free? From a psychological perspective, why we like to be free? It's just, I think the answer here... Let me just zoom out. I think the answer here human evolution. I think that would be a better human evolution. I'm too stupid for this. This should be more of a long video rather than a stream itself. but I just can't help it. But I'm not satisfied with this because this answer is too vague. What human evolution? What events led to us not like being free? Because again, the logical answer is just human evolution, right? Ever since caveman times, we've just been doing whatever, right? We've just been doing whatever we want. We eat whatever we want. But it's not because we want to, it's because we needed to at the time, so it was more of our survival, right? And then now we get ordered around a lot and not being free. Human evolution is probably the most likely answer here. Again. This is probably the shortest stream I've ever done. Just an hour. About an hour. I don't even think I'll edit this video. I'm just gonna let it be a stream and let people watch it as a bot. This is so stupid. If you actually like watching this, please do tell me. Because genuinely, if you genuinely like, no joke, if you genuinely do like watching this stuff, I'll make more of it. Because even though it's tiring, I was just more scared that people just don't want to watch this kind of stuff. You know? And like, it's fine if you guys don't want to watch it, but like, you know, it'll be cool. It'll be cool, right? It'll be cool as hell. How cool it'll be? It'll be cool as hell. If I can just, you know, figure this out. I have other exciting topics like why am I scared of women, and why do I like 2D women? I have that one coming up. Let's just skip why old people are bitches. Not bitches. Let's just skip why old people are goated, but they also act like kids, and just let's skip to the more interesting one. I'm gonna end this stream. I'm probably gonna do another one tomorrow because it's Saturday and I'm just gonna stay home probably. You know, I'm probably just gonna stay home. I'm gonna do another stream tomorrow. Let's figure this one out together. Thank you guys for watching today's stream. I have this game right here that I've been wanting to play like a lot. I won't tell you what it is, but it is very interesting. It's very, very cool. I think this sort of thing should just be more of a long-term video. I'm already yapping. Y'all probably like. But if you really use your head, it's gotta be human evolution, right? Like, it's gotta be, because most of our actions are because of human evolution. There's no like a major event in human history closer to us, like something we can count with our fingers, you know? Not 20 years ago, that's 2000, 2006. I mean like 100, 300, 400, 500, the Middle Ages kind of thing that rerouted us for us to be free. Because human freedom has been around for as long as time itself, maybe. Yeah, not as time itself, but as long as humans been alive. The fall of the Roman Empire, the capture of the Carthaginians, I think. No, the Carthaginian rebellions, right? Other stuff. And so I think it's just human evolution. We just like being free because we don't like getting ordered around. I don't know why it took me so long. I thought we were gonna go like be in depth into this, but yeah. Okay, bye. I can't. I'm not. I don't want to leave y'all disappointed though. We gotta do something. We genuinely gotta do something. Like, we genuinely gotta do something. It's not even a joke. We really gotta do something. We really gotta do something. Thank you again for watching my stream today. I'll see you in the next stream.